This is Ralph Brandt from the Fireside. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about fasting. I'm going to help you define fasting a little better. I've heard many sermons on fasting. To most, the word fasting is nearly always tied to denial of food. I'll affirm that this is valid. I will challenge that this is the only fast. The first two verses of this set the stage. Isaiah 58, 1 and 2. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. Yet they seek me daily, and delight to know my ways, as a nation that did righteousness, and forsook not the ordinance of their God. They ask of me the ordinances of justice. They take delight in approaching to God. The prophet is told to speak God's word to his people. That is the role of the prophet. It looks like many want to know his ways. Let's go on to Isaiah 58:3. Wherefore have we fasted, they say, and thou seest not? Wherefore have we afflicted our soul, and thou takest not knowledge? Behold, in the day you fast, you find pleasure, and you exact all your labors. Behold, you fast for strife and debate, and to smite with the fist of wickedness. You shall not fast as you do this day, to make your voice to be heard on high. But the people ask why God isn't hearing them, and he answers, you fast, but you go on about your business. He goes further. You fast for the wrong reason. He chides them. You are simply doing this so I hear your petitions. It is not a love for and obedience to God, but a desire for a blessing. Isaiah 58:5. Is it such a fast that I have chosen? A day for a man to afflict his soul? Is it to bow down his head as a bulrush and to spread sackcloth and ashes under him? Wilt thou call this a fast and an acceptable day of the Lord? Simply, you're doing the outer things to make a show before God and others, and you do not care for the things he desires. Let's go on to Isaiah 58:6. Is not this the fast that I have chosen? To loose the bands of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, to let the oppressed go free, and that ye break every yoke. Is it not to deal thy bread to the hungry, and that thou bring the poor that are cast out to thy house? When thou seest the naked, that thou cover him, and that thou hide not thyself from thine own flesh. God tells the kind of fasting that should become a way of life for us. Not something we do now and then. But it is not necessarily denying food, it is denying ourselves. We are to care for people, to loosen bonds, to lift burdens, to feed the hungry. Is there anything wrong with fasting meals? No. But he challenges us to go further. One of the songs from the old tent meeting days that I love is Let Me Lose Myself and Find It, Lord, in Thee. May all self be slain, my friend, see only Thee. It's something that has meant something to me over the years, and I'm sure that I've failed in it at times, but I press towards the mark. And Isaiah 58:8 then says, Then shall thy light break forth as the morning, and thy health shall spring forth speedily, and thy righteousness shall go before thee. The glory of the Lord shall be thy reward. What a promise from God. Is this the fast that I have chosen? That a man deny himself for those around about him. This is Ralph Brandt from the Fireside.